जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधा माधव, जय राधा माधव। जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय पतित पावन गौरनिताय। जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा सुभद्रा माई जय सुदर्शना। सुभद्रा माई जय 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 प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। कलयुग युग में नाम संकीर्तन की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So this is my great fortune that I have been given this opportunity to speak something about pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Jagannath here in this assembly. So I'm coming from Bhubaneswar. How many of you have been to Bhubaneswar? Oh, great. So Bhubaneswar is a very beautiful place. Bhuvan Ishwar, the name of Lord Shiva. The story goes back like in Srimad Bhagavatam we see that Lord Shiva took the side of Banasur. He also took side of Kashiraj. There was a battle between Lord Krishna and Pondrak. You know Pondrak? He was imitating like Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna killed Pondrak. So one of the friend of Pondrak was Kashiraj. Kashiraj means he was the king of Kashi. So Lord Krishna, he with his Sudarshan Chakra, he destroyed Kashi, and then Kashiraj has he killed Kashiraj. Uh, and as we know, because Kashi is also the place of worship of Lord Shiva. So because Kashi was devastated, it was completely destroyed by Lord Krishna. So then Lord Shiva requested Lord Krishna, where should I stay now? You have already destroyed Kashi. And he also said that, my dear Lord, I made a mistake by taking side of Kashiraj, so much so that I forgot your glories. I forgot my own position, and I started to think myself as independent God. But you opened my eyes by destroying my city. But now where should I go and stay? And he also said, my dear Lord, it's not just my fault that I forgot you. My fault is 50%, your fault is 50%. So Lord Krishna asked, why? What is my fault? Your fault is that you always keep me away from you, and out of sight, out of mind, because I always stay out, very far away from you. As a result of that, I forgot your glories. So now give me some place of residence, somewhere close to your dham. And then Lord Krishna said that I'll appear in Kali Yuga as Jagannath in Puri Kshetra. So you became my doorkeeper. You become my doorkeeper. You stay there as Lingaraj, Bhuvaneshwar. So Lord Shiva is Lingaraj Bhuvaneshwar. He's staying in Bhuvaneshwar right from the day Kashi was destroyed by Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna. So this anecdote is given in Chaitanya Bhagavat. So in that sense, it's a very beautiful place. It is also called Koti Lingeshwar. There are 1 crore Lord Shivalingas in Bhuvaneshwar. And another important thing about Bhuvaneshwar is Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj used to tell this anecdote that when Srila Prabhupada tried uh, to get his Western disciples within he wanted that Jagannath Puri administration should allow Srila Prabhupada's disciples that into the temple, but they because it's a custom in Puri that they don't allow foreigners or non-Hindus or those who are not born in Hindu families into the temple. So Srila Prabhupada was he was very upset, and he never wanted to come to Puri again. In fact, he never wanted to come to Odisha only. Srila Prabhupada was very angry. For many years, he never came to Odisha. So Gaur Govind Maharaj used to say that once Lord Shiva, Lord Lingaraj, he personally requested Srila Prabhupada that you're opening centers all over the world. Why don't you open a center somewhere in Bhubaneswar? So it was by the personal request of Lord Shiva, Srila Prabhupada decided to do something in Odisha. That is how Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj used to tell this pastime. Another important thing about Bhubaneswar is It's like Srila Prabhupada, he came in Bhubaneswar in 1977 and he stayed there for 17 days. And as we all know, that Srimad Bhagavatam is the kind of like it's the entire body of Lord Krishna. The first two cantos are his lotus feet, third and fourth canto are his thighs, fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is the abdomen of the Lord, sixth canto is the chest, seventh and eighth canto are his arms, ninth canto is his neck, 10th canto is Lord Krishna's face, 11th canto is the forehead, and 12th canto is the head. So that is how the entire Srimad Bhagavatam is none other than Lord Krishna's personal body. And a person is known by his face. So Srila Prabhupada actually completed the translation of ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in Bhubaneswar, and he uh, started to write the commentary of the 10th canto. So that means as if he is unveiling the face of Lord Krishna before everyone. And also, Srila Prabhupada, he said that he instructed Gaur Govinda Maharaj that we have Krishna Balram deities, we have Gaur Nitai, and we have Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So Srila Prabhupada instructed in 1977 that you make Krishna Balram and Gaur Nitai out of the brass, and you can take help from the local artisans there in Odisha. But for Jagannath, you need not worry, Jagannath will come on his own. So that is how Srila Prabhupada prophesied in 1977. So it was around 1992 when temple was about to get inaugurated, it was almost complete. So Gaur Govind Maharaj was very kind of, he was thinking that my spiritual master have instructed me that Jagannath will come on his own. So now Krishna Balram is ready, Gaur Nitai is ready, but there is no Jagannath. So he was just thinking like this and he was simply praying. At that time, a person, he came to Gaur Govinda Maharaj. He said that I have some Jagannath deities, and these Jagannath deities, they have instructed me, kind of in my dream, they have instructed that there is a temple near highway, and you must go there, and you must, uh, and I have accepted your worship for so long. Now give me to the sadhu staying there, and now I'll receive service from him. So that is how Jagannath came to our temple in Bhubaneswar. So it was in 1977 when Srila Prabhupada actually uh, prophesied, and in 1992 Jagannath came. And another very important aspect of our temple is so we have a Gaur Nitai Archa Vigraha. So it was during 1982-83, sometime around that time, or before that, I guess 78 something. So they were the deities which were traveling with His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj in his Padayatra. And when the Padayatra was in Bhubaneswar, so one of their this what we call bull, so that bull died. So for some time, Gaurnatai was there with Gaur Govinda Maharaj, and he was worshipping. So by the time the new bull came and it was all ready, so Loknath Maharaj requested, Maharaj, now can I take Gaurnatai back for Padayatra? So Gaur Govinda Maharaj said that, see, they don't want to go. Actually, Gaur Govind Maharaj never wanted that they should go back, but he said that they don't want to go. So Loknath Maharaj said, okay, let me check with them whether they want to go or not. So Loknath Maharaj used to tell this anecdote whenever he used to come to our temple, that I asked Gaurnitai, do you really want to stay here or you want to go with us? So they said, we don't want to go, we want to stay with Gaur Govinda Maharaj. So that is how Gaurnitai deities. So they stayed with Gaur Govinda Maharaj and are still worshipped in the temple today. So I'm coming from that place. My spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, instructed me. I actually joined in Ujjain, My Maharaj instructed me to go to Odisha and serve there, serve Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj and the community there. So by his blessings and by the blessings of devotees, I am continuing my services there. And I need all of your blessings so that I can continue that way. So today, devotees were asking me what topic should take. So because we know this is Jagannath season going on, so we should uh, hear some Jagannath pastimes. So there is a very beautiful book written by Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Embankment of Separation. It's a very nice book. In that book, he actually narrates the pastimes, how Lord Krishna actually became as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose Jagannath Puri as his place of pastime. So it's a long story, but I'll try to make long story short. So the pastime goes like the first chapter he writes is he call it like uh, Lord became greedy. So how Lord became greedy? So once Lord Vishnu, he was, as we all know, Lord Vishnu lives in Vaikuntha, and he's always sleeping, and Lakshmi Devi is serving. So it's the kind of traditional story everyone knows. But one day, Lord Vishnu was thinking, just see, everybody is coming and offering me obeisances, offering me respect. So I'm now becoming bored. I need some change, some flavor has to change. Say, for example, if you are always eating same kind of rice, chapati, dal, sabji, every time same thing, so we also become bored. We want some flavor, some change. So Lord Vishnu also thought from time immemorial, I am just sleeping here, lying down here, and Lakshmi Devi is serving me with no other kind of flavor. So this is how Lord Vishnu was contemplating. And then he thought, I should also kind of do some, I should stretch my arms. I should also do some dishum, some fighting. So that thought was going in Lord's mind. And as we know, whatever Lord thinks, immediately Yoga Maya, she arranges everything. So by the time Lord was contemplating that I need some change, everybody is worshipping me, everybody is serving me. Now I want to taste that rasa called Veer Ras. Veer Ras means some kind of heroism. I need to fight with someone. So that was going in Lord's mind. So by the time the four Kumaras they came, and it was all arranged by Yoga Maya, Jai Vijay. So they stopped four Kumaras, and four Kumaras became very angry. They said, "You are not fit to stay here in Vaikuntha planet. You must become asuras and go back to you must go to the material world." So these Jay and Vijay, by the curse of Chatush Kumar, they became demons. So actually, it was not the curse of Chatush Kumar that they became demon. It was actually the desire of Lord Vishnu that he want to taste some kind of rasa, mellow of fighting. That was the main reason why this pastime occurred. And because Lord Vishnu wants to fight, so he cannot fight with any Tom, Dick, and Harry. So he has to have his own associates who can take the role of the enemy, and then there is a fight, and then Lord will relish some kind of mellow. So we all see within this world also, uh, if there is a film, so not everybody can enact in a film, not everybody can enact in a play. So there are trained artists. So in reality, the artist, one becomes hero, one becomes the villain, but in reality, they are all friends. They're all same team. But simply on the stage, they are enacting as one is a hero, another is a villain, and they are enemies. They are fighting each other. So Lord Vishnu and Jai Vijay, they are all same team, but they are enacting the pastime where Lord is actually relishing the rasa of heroism. So then we know Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu, Jai Vijay became Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu. And then Lord incarnated as Varhadev and he killed Hiranyaksha. And Lord incarnated as Narsingadev and he killed Hiranyakashipu. Now, we know that it is said, Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma sanstharpanathaya sambhavami yuge. So, vinashaya cha dushkritam. So, Lord incarnates to annihilate the miscreants. That is how Lord Himself is declaring in Bhagavad Gita. But our Acharya says that killing of demon is not the big thing. Why it is not the big thing? Because, for example, Lord is sitting in everyone's heart. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridaya arjun tishthyati. So Lord is sitting in everyone's heart. So He can hold one, artery or vein, and that demon can die out of heart attack. So why to enact such a big pastime? It's we see like in Ramayana, we see that Lord Ramachandra. So Lord Ramachandra is sitting in everyone's heart. He's sitting also in the heart of a mosquito. So that mosquito could have bite Ravana, and he could have died of chikungunya or malaria or dengue. So why to enact such a big pastime that they are making a bridge on an ocean, and then the entire army is going, and they are, there is a big, so much things are going on. The reason is Lord can kill demons anytime. Lord does not come to this world to kill the miscreants. That's not His main purpose. In fact, Lord has already instructed Sudarshan Chakra that whenever you find my devotees are in difficulty, without taking my permission, you can just go and protect them. And we see this example in ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Durvasa Rishi was creating trouble for Ambrish. So it was not like Ambrish requested Lord Vishnu to protect him, and then Lord Vishnu instructed Sudarshan Chakra. No, it was not like that. Simply seeing Ambrish in a very pathetic situation externally, Sudarshan Chakra immediately went out to protect Ambrish. So that means killing of demon and protecting devotees, it's not like that Lord Vishnu has to instruct Sudarshan Chakra. It is automatic. So similarly, killing of Ravana and killing of Hiranyakashipu is not the big deal. The main reason is Mad Bhaktanam Vinodartham Karomi Vividha Kriya. For the pleasure of the devotees, Lord enact different kind of pastimes. So that's the main reason, to give devotees a chance to associate with Him in loving devotional service. So my colleague Rasa Shekhar Prabhu, so he was observing that in India you'll find squirrels have the linings on its back, but not in America. The reason is they haven't participated in Lord Ramachandra's pastimes. American squirrels. We know this famous pastime that even the squirrel was trying to help Lord Ramachandra building the bridge, and being pleased by that little endeavor, Lord Ramachandra actually put his fingers on squirrel, and as a result that squirrel have that mark. But American squirrels doesn't have that mark because they never participated in Lord's pastimes. So to give pleasure to the devotees, that is the main reason why Lord actually uh, uh, take incarnation and enact different kind of activities, pastimes. So killing of Hiranyakashipu was never the main cause of Lord Narasimhadeva's appearance. Gaur Govinda Maharaj writes a very beautiful, he says in a very beautiful way, he writes that Lord Narasimha, the body is made up of, like body is like that of a human being, and the face is like that of a lion. Now, if he could have taken the another form, body of a lion and face of a human being, then also it was Narasimha only, and then also he could have killed Hiranyakashipu. And so why he has taken this form and not that form? Face of a human being and body of a lion. Why not this form? Why he took a form, face of a lion and body of a human being? It's a very important consideration. He could have done vice versa also. By doing vice versa also, he could have actually satyam vidhatum nijabritya bhashitum vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmanah. Lord appears to make the word of his devotees true. Because Brahmadev, Lord Brahma, he had given kind of a checklist. Because whatever Hiranyakashipu said, so Lord have kind of, he was checking out what all benedictions Lord Brahma has given. Not in day, not in night. Okay, fine, done. Not inside, not outside. Okay, fine, done. So Lord Vishnu, he could have, Lord Vishnu, he could have killed Hiranyakashipu in the way he wanted. But he killed Hiranyakashipu knowing well that none of the condition posed by Hiranyakashipu and benediction given by Brahma should overlap. But if Lord would have taken the form, face of a human being and body of a lion, that was also good. Then why not like that? So there is a reason behind that. Gaur Govind Maharaj writes that killing of demon was not a major consideration. The major consideration was to give affection and love to Prahlad. Now, how a human being gives love to his child? Human being, they used to take their children on their lap. And how a lion used to love its cubs? By licking. So if face is like that of a lion, then Lord could lick the face of Prahlad. And because the body was like that of a human being, so Lord could actually take Prahlad on his lap. Vice versa, just imagine if the situation would have been vice versa. Face of a human being and body of a lion. He could not have taken Prahlad on his lap and he could not have licked Prahlad. The purpose of taking incarnation in this particular form was not to kill Hiranyakashipu, but to give love to Prahlad. And that was the major consideration. Mad Bhakta Vinodartham, that is the major reason. And that is what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in his purport of this verse, Paritranaya Sadhunam. What do you mean by Paritranaya Sadhunam? What exactly it means? The sadhus, the devotees, are actually burning in separation from the Lord. And killing of a demon, Lord can do anything and everything. If, say for example, through cyclones, through earthquakes, through any other disaster, he could kill demon. But how to pacify the devotees who are burning out of separation from the Lord? For that, Lord needs to come personally. So therefore, that's the major reason that Lord appeared like that. So now, when Prahlad was sitting on the lap of Lord Narasimhadev and he was just licking his face, so Lord Narasimhadev was observing, and his observation was, just see how Prahlad, how much happy he is. He's so happy to receive love from me. But I never had that good fortune, because I don't have my parents. I appeared from a pillar. So I never had that good fortune to have some parents who could actually love me. So Lord became greedy, that I also want to relish that kind of emotions. The happiness that Prahlad is relishing, I never relished. Although I am the Supreme Lord. The problem is I am Pitamasya Jagato. Today is Father's Day. So I am Pitamasya Jagato. I am the father and mother of this Jagat. Sarva Yonishu Kauntaya Murtaya Sambhavanti Yaha Tasam Brahma Mahadyoni Aham Bija Pradapita. I am the seed giving father. So because the problem is I am father. So everybody is actually kind of praying me with awe and reverence. They are offering respects. But I never got that opportunity to relish like a small kid. So that I am missing. Srila Prabhupada used to explain us like there are two ways by which we can approach Lord. One is to consider Lord as our father, and another is to consider Lord as our child. Which one is better? Which one is better? To consider like we are in a church. So in Christian theology, we consider Lord as our father. I guess other than the Vedic theology and that to the Vaishnava theology, there is no uh, religious context or philosophical context or theological context where Lord can be considered as the child. It's the only Vaishnava way of seeing. So the question is, which is better, to consider Lord as father or to consider Lord as son or child? Which is better?
Child.
Why?
Because we do the service to the Lord.
Great. Because when we consider Lord as our father, that means I'll sit and enjoy, you serve me. Because that's the duty of child. Child simply takes service from the parents. Child do not serve parent because they do not have the capacity to serve. You all know you are parents, so you must be knowing, you are well aware. You have to take care of each and every need of your child. So when we consider Lord as our father, the psychology goes like that: serve me. But when we consider Lord as our child, then we have to take care of Lord. We have to feed him. We have to take care of his all the daily needs. That means then our consciousness is completely absorbed in serving the Lord. And therefore, to consider Lord as our child is far more better than to consider Lord as our father. That's the greatness of the Vaishnava philosophy. And we do not find this kind of understanding in any other religion. And that's why my spiritual master used to say our philosophy is the highest, because it is the highest, because the consideration is service of the Lord and not just to take service from the Lord. So when Prahlad was sitting on the lap of the Lord Narsimhadev was realizing, I never relished this kind of emotion. I also want to become a child, and I want parents, and so that someone can love me, someone can cuddle me, someone can take care of me. Because I am completely exhausted. Everybody is coming and asking me for things. I also want to become a small child and cry for my maintenance. Give me this, give me that. So that desire actually came in Lord's heart. He became greedy. And therefore, Lord, from after this incarnation, as we see in the 10 incarnations, Keshavadhita Kurma Sharira, Keshavadhita Meena Sharira, Keshavadhita Narhari Rupa. Till Narhari Rupa, there is no parents. But after that, in all the incarnation, Lord has come with parents. So, so, so this is how it has been explained by our acharyas. Somebody was asking, why Lord only appears in India? Why not in America? This question is very common. People ask this question. The other day we were traveling by train, so we were sitting with a boy, and he was explaining. I said, who all are there in your family? This is a very pathetic question in America. Who all are in your family? He said, my father and mother never get married. The first thing he told like this. So my father is living with some other women, and my woman is living with some other, like she married to someone else, and then we have our extended family and extended family from mother's side and extended family from father's side. That is the reason why Lord doesn't appear in America. There is no family culture at all. Lord has to appear in India only. Relatable. So if somebody asks you that why only Lord appears in India, because India still have that, India has that family culture. It's not available here in America. So Lord, from after this Narsimhadev incarnation, in each and every incarnation, Lord appeared as a small child, either in as he appeared as Upendra or Vamandev. There is a very beautiful description in the 8th canto. He's a small child of Kashyap and Aditi, and all the demigods are coming and serving. In fact, when Lord appears, so what Lord does, like whenever Lord appears, then people like demigods used to come and offer obeisances and offer garlands. Narsimhadev was so fearsome that nobody was, kind of everybody was fearful. Nobody wanted to come close to Lord Narsimhadev and offer garland. So Lord thought nobody is coming, so he took intestine of Hiranyakashipu and took it like a garland on his own. What to do? Nobody is coming close. But still, Lord, when he saw Prahlad and he was so happy, so Lord Narsimhadev became he became greedy. I also want to become son. So then after Lord Narsimhadev incarnation, uh, each and every incarnation accepted parents. So it was like, and in each incarnation, the intensity of Vatsalya Rasa was growing and growing. And in Lord Ramachandra pastime, we see some kind of extensive Vatsalya Rasa relished by the Lord. But then there was a problem. The problem is, although Lord Ramachandra, he relished Vatsalya Rasa to some extent. But as far as this Sakhya Rasa or friendship was concerned, so he had, if you read Ramayana, he had 3 or 4 of his friends. Nishadraj Guhu was his friend, Sugriv was his friend, and Vibhishan was his friend. But what are these friends? Like, these friends are friends, but they have awe and veneration towards the Lord. We can never imagine that Sugriv or Vibhishan putting arms like this on Lord Ramachandra. It's not possible. So Lord Ramachandra, he relished Sakhya Ras, what means friendship, this mellow friendship, but to a very limited extent. He also relished Vatsalya Rasa, again to a very limited extent. He was very simple child and always obedient to his parents. So he could not relish, or what we say is like, in that particular pastime, this Vatsalya Rasa or Sakhya Rasa was not explored to its extreme. But when we see Krishna Leela, so this Sakhya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Lord Krishna relished these rasas in its kind of extreme. Sakhya Rasa, so much so that Lord Krishna, his friend was Madhumangala. So when Lord Krishna he came out of Yamuna after dancing on Kaliya, so Madhumangal said, "What a great deed! You know what? You were almost dead. I, being a Brahmana, chanted certain mantra and brought you back to life." So that was a friendship. Now we cannot imagine this kind of friendship in Lord Ramachandra's pastimes. When Lord Krishna, they used to play tug of war, and when one party loses, they had to carry another party on their shoulders. That means when Lord Krishna loses, he has to carry his friends on his shoulder. So we cannot imagine this kind of pastime in Narasimha Deva's Leela. Say, for example, each and every incarnation has a certain purpose. The purpose of Lord Narasimha Deva's incarnation is, the purpose of Lord Narasimha Deva incarnation is whenever we are in difficulty, so we remember Lord Narasimha Deva to come out of fear. That's fine. But we cannot imagine Lord Narasimha Deva, say for example, if a gopi finds out that some noise is coming, so who is there in the room? So where they have stocked all the butter and ghee and curd, and just imagine gopi opened the door and saw Say when see, so Bhagavatam says whenever gopis to see Lord Krishna is kind of stealing butter, it was a very nice sight. Imagine if gopis sees Lord Narsimha there stealing butter. So gopis would have died out of heart attack. So, so each and every incarnation has a specific purpose. We cannot just. Sometimes people ask that your deities, there is a kind of flies over deities, and Lord Krishna or Lord Ramachandra or Lord Gauranga, so they cannot just move their own flies. What kind of Lord it is? People ask this question. The answer to that question is that this incarnation is to take service from the devotees. So it is not Lord Krishna's responsibility to remove flies, it is devotee's responsibility to remove flies. Because that is the incarnation like that of a deity, because deity incarnation means Lord will do nothing. He will stand still just like a statue. It is just like a statue, it's not a statue. He will stand still just like a statue and devotees have to serve. But when same Lord Krishna incarnates as Mahavishnu, from his body pores the universes are coming out. So we cannot just have incarnation interchangeable. So when Lord Krishna was playing with his friends, say when they went out for picnic, so one particular pastime actually bewildered Lord Brahma. So Lord saw Lord and his friend were sitting, and one of his friend was drinking chach, buttermilk, and his friend's entire like kind of it was filled with the entire mouth was filled with buttermilk. And as Lord Krishna observed that, so he put his face just in front of his friend's face and poked his friend's cheeks, and all the buttermilk from his friend came to Lord Krishna's mouth. And then Lord Krishna, he smashed his cheeks and all the buttermilk went inside his friends. When Lord Brahma saw this particular pastime, he said the ideal standard is you put a plate in front of Lord, you put tulsi leaves, and then you ring the bell, and then Lord accepts. But this kind of offering, when Lord Krishna is smashing the cheeks of his friend and entire chach is coming out of his mouth. So what kind of rasa is this? What is going on? So that's called Sakhya rasa. That's called Sakhya rasa. Because this particular rasa is never relished by Lord Ramachandra. So Lord Ramachandra was actually hankering for that. I need to, because but in this particular incarnation, I am within the limits, within the Maryada. But I need to come out of Maryada and I need to explore more rasas. And in Krishna's pastime, he could relish that. So much so that, like, when Lord Ramachandra was going through the forest of Dandak forest, so many rishis, they became attracted towards the beauty of the Lord. And they want to participate in Lord's pastime in a feminine body. But Lord Ramachandra has taken a vow that he cannot accept any other wife other than Sita, because he had restricted himself, Maryada. But then he said, I'll come in another incarnation and you all can become gopis and then I'll accept you. So that means Lord Krishna actually relished his conjugal pastimes, Shringar Rasa, Madhur Rasa, again in full. There is a very beautiful anecdote that has been given by our acharyas. Once in Braja, in Vrindavan, so Lord Krishna, he took hold of the tail of a calf, and the calf was moving in the entire Braja, and there was all muddy soil and water. So just imagine Lord Krishna is holding the tail of a calf, and calf is running around in Braja in the muddy area, and Lord Krishna is just like skating, taking hold of calf's tail. and all the mud was on Lord Krishna's body. And then some gopis came and they say, Hato, hato. It's a simple pastime. Lord Krishna took hold of the tail of a calf, and the calf is moving around in Braja in the muddy region, muddy area, and Lord Krishna's entire body has become muddy. And the gopis came and they separated Lord Krishna from calves. But our acharyas have given such a nice commentary on this particular pastime. When Lord Krishna appeared, there are different kinds of gopis. Like when Lord Ramachandra came, so these rishis, they wanted to participate in Lord's pastime. So they came as Rishi-chari gopis. And there were some gopis, they are coming down from the spiritual world to participate in Lord's pastime. They are called the Nitya gopis. And there is another category of gopis called Shruti-chari gopis. The mantras of the Vedas are personified as gopis. So this particular Shruti-chari gopis, they came and they separated Lord Krishna from calf. What's the purport of this particular pastime? Veda says that Lord is agochara. Lord is agochara. But what we are finding here in Braja, he became gochara. Gochara means, agochara means? Agochar means who is beyond our sense perception. Agochara. Go means senses. And in Braja he became gochara. Here gochara means? Go means cow. And cow is taking Krishna and catching hold of cow's tail. Krishna is moving here and there. So the Lord who is agochara, the Vedas describe him as agochara, has become gochara in Braja. So the Shruti-chari gopis are coming, see, if you will continue to do like this, our Shrutis will become false. Because we are declaring you are agochara and here you are becoming gochara. But the fact is that Lord is gochara in Braja. So these are the different pastimes how Lord is relishing. And then Lord is relishing his Vatsala Rasa to his fullest extent. When mother is asking, Makhan khaya? He is saying, maine hi makhan khayo. But he wanted to say, maine hi makhan khayo. But Lord Ramachandra, he is very honest, very truthful. But Lord Krishna Chandra says, this truthfulness, these maryadas, these principles, they are all my servants. I am the Supreme Lord. When I say I am the Supreme, that means I am the Supreme. Not the Shastra Siddhanta is Supreme, nor the principles are Supreme, nor the Maryadas are Supreme. I am Supreme means I am Supreme. That is how Lord is enacting his pastimes. And he is relishing his with his devotees to the fullest extent. In fact, why Lord was a great kind of, Lord Krishna and Arjun were friends. Because Krishna had a childhood friend named Arjuna in Braja. And Lord Krishna was always thinking of his childhood friend. Because Arjun is also a friend, but when Arjun saw the universal form of the Lord, he started to offer prayers. So his love actually got kind of shrunken. When Devaki and Vasudev, after killing Kamsa, when Lord entered into the prison cell, so instead of taking Lord Krishna to their lap, they started to offer obeisance and prayers. So their love has become shrunken. On the contrary, Nanda Maharaja's and Yashoda's love was so pure that they never considered that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In fact, when they saw that Lord Krishna is actually took hold of the Govardhan, so what they said, the Brajavasi said, my dear Krishna, you will become tired. Let us help you by supporting the entire Govardhan. So they all actually gave support to the Govardhan, thinking that Lord Krishna will become tired. So, so much pure love they had. When Lord Krishna, he went to rescue his father, Nanda Maharaj, to Varun Loka. So there when in Varun Devata and his servants, they saw that Lord Krishna came. So they all started to worship Lord Krishna, serve him with different paraphernalia. So Nanda Maharaj was thinking, what happened to these people? Why are they worship this boy? He's simply my child. So that means their love was, the love of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda was so pure that it never became shrunken. So that means Lord Krishna was actually kind of relishing the entire rasa. Once when parents of Lord Krishna, Vasudev and Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, so they were feeling pangs of separation. And Krishna knew that. It was after Krishna was taken, Krishna Balram went to Mathura. So here the entire Brajvasis, they become so morose. So Lord Krishna thought that let me send someone who could actually pacify my parents and my friends. So Lord Krishna sent Uddhava. He said, my dear friend Uddhav, my parents are suffering there because of separation from me. My friends there and the gopis there are suffering. You must go and pacify them. And what Uddhav thought? Uddhav thought that just, I am a US returned just like Brihaspati returned. So he studied in Brihaspati. People come here in US, they study in Oxford, is Harvard and MIT. And when they go back, they consider themselves, I am US returned, and these are simple village people. I can just pacify them with, I'll just tell them some few lines and they'll become pacified. So similarly, Uddhav was thinking, I am coming from Brihaspati Loka. I've studied from that university, and these are simple village people. So I'll just go there, I'll just speak something and they'll become pacified. His plan was that I'll go in the morning, by evening I'll come back. For 7-8 months, he never came back. That was the situation. And when he came back, actually Krishna used to go to his palace top every day. I don't know whether they had that binocular at that time or not. But Krishna always used to just see when is Uddhav going to come. He told he'll go in the morning, by evening he'll come back. Now months have passed, he is not here. And when Uddhava actually came back, so the acharyas describe, the Shastra describes, his situation was pathetic. He was almost dead. His clothes were torn apart, his hair were somewhere. He said, my Krishna. That was his situation. So Krishna said, what happened to you? So you went in such a great confidence, by morning I'll go, by evening I'll come back. What happened to you? Actually, when Uddhava went, the first he went to Nanda Bhavan. His plan was to pacify Vasudev and Yashoda. The moment he reached that Nanda Bhavan, he saw the stream of water is flowing down and there is a big lake. So he asked, what is this? So Brajvasi said that Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, they are constantly crying. And because of their tears, this lake is formed. So Uddhav became very confused, very bewildered. What's this? Anyway, when he entered inside, he offered his obeisances to Nanda and Yashoda. And when he observed that in Yashoda's kitchen, there was simply this cobweb on the stoves. Cobweb means, spider web means, for months together there is no cooking. So he asked, why are you not cooking? For whom should we cook? We used to cook for Krishna. Krishna is not here. So Uddhava tried to pacify Nanda and Yashoda. He said, Krishna is Vishnu, is Sarvatra Vyapta. You can simply meditate on him. Andanu Antarastha Paramanu Cha Antarastha. He is present in each and every atom and molecule. He is the Supreme Lord. And just like he started to give his lecture. He must have prepared like that only. So as he came, he opened his laptop, started to give presentation. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Nanda Maharaj said, Uddhav, you are telling my son is a supreme lord. But you know, when cow used to meow, so he used to take shelter, he used to hide behind mother sadi. You are saying he is Vishwambhara, he's maintaining the entire Vishwa. But we have seen him when he doesn't get food on time, he used to cry like anything. He needs at least 8-10 times food. And even if we consider he's God, then Uddhava, you are a fool. Why you are a fool? Because say for example, if this kartal, so I guess what must be the price of this kartal? $10? $10, $20, whatever. If I'll say for example, will misplace this kartal, the temple commander will become very displeased. And if somebody wants to pacify the temple commander, he'll say, Prabhu, don't worry, we'll get back another kartal, fine, it's okay. It was not too costly, it was just $20 kartal, we can get it. But if somebody went to pacify the temple commander and started to pacify, well, we are very sorry that we lost this kartal, and but no, don't worry, But I just want to tell you something. What? It was not brass kartal, it was gold kartal. If if somebody is going to pacify like this, so is it like you are pacifying or you are more increasing the pain? So Nanda said, Uddhava, till now I was aware that my child has gone. Now today you are coming and pacifying me. The child has not gone, God has gone. So what kind of pacifying is this? You came here to pacify me, but instead of pacifying me, you are increasing my pain. This is what you have learned in your Brihaspati University. And Uddhava literally became confused. Because Gaur Govind Maharaj used to write that the conclusion of the entire scripture is one must cry for Krishna. But here I have come to give instruction to Yashoda and Nanda, and the instruction is very opposite to the conclusion of the scriptures. Because I have come here to teach them, don't cry. But all the scriptures of the world have the highest conclusion that we are all crying for material objects. But the highest perfection of life is that when we'll start crying for Krishna. And here are the devotees who are crying for Krishna, and I have come to pacify them. Don't cry. So what kind of ashastric this injunction is this? And how can I say this? And he became completely morose. He could not just comprehend what to do now. Simply by seeing the love of Brajvasis, he became bewildered. He said, I considered myself to be a great devotee. But here now I have found what devotion actually means. Say, like Uddhav is comprehending. It's like Uddhav was a Jnani Bhakta. He had knowledge of scriptures. So Gaur Govind Maharaj writes that, sometimes there are few things which you cannot see in light. So for example, if somebody is determined to see moon or a pole star, so then if I am determined to see moon, or if I am determined to see the pole star, for me the greatest obstacle is sunlight. Similarly, if somebody is determined to see Lord Krishna, so-called knowledge of the scriptures is a great impediment. So Uddhava, although he is the knower of the scriptures, he tried to pacify Brajvasis with his knowledge of scriptures. For Brajvasis, this so-called knowledge of scripture is a great impediment. Uddhava, you are simply disturbing us. The purpose of the scripture is to understand Krishna and to build relationship with him. We are already in relationship with him. Scriptures instruct that one must not forget Krishna. Smartavyam satatam Vishnu, vismartavyam na jatuchit. So the purpose of the scripture is to give us injunction so that we can take away our consciousness from matter and put in Krishna. But Uddhava, our problem is that we are so stuck with Krishna, we want that how we can forget Krishna. Scriptures teach us how to remember Krishna, but our problem is that we are so much what we call we are taken away by Krishna's thought that we want to forget him. So that is our situation, and now you have come and started to instruct us. So what your instruction will do? So that is how Uddhava actually it became so difficult for him. Like, just see, this is what devotion is, and Krishna purposefully sent him so that Uddhava should get to know what actually devotion is. So that is how the Brajvasis were feeling pangs of separation from Krishna. Now there is one interesting phenomena here in this particular episode. Now Krishna knows everything. Krishna has actually relished all the rasas. He has relished Vatsalya rasa, he has relished Sakhya rasa, he has also relished Madhurya rasa in its complete form. But one thing that Krishna could not relish, and what is that? Why these gopis are mad after me? What is there in me that these gopis, these devotees, these Brajvasis, they are hankering for me? And what pleasure they get by loving me? So this pleasure I am devoid. Can we understand like this? Lord Krishna has already relished all the rasas, but one thing he is missing. Brajvasis are loving me like anything, the gopis are loving me like anything, the Radharani is loving me like anything. So much so that Radharani, whenever there is a very beautiful story, I guess the time is up, but still, I'll take 15-20 minutes, fine. There is a very beautiful story. Once Lord Krishna, he played his flute, the dead of the night. And the gopis, they left everything, whatever they were doing, they left everything and just they came to associate with Krishna. And as they came, Krishna started to narrate a story. Krishna told, my dear Gopi, just see, it's not good that, dead of the night, you are leaving aside your husband, you're leaving aside your parents, and you're coming to someone, outsider. It's not good. And he narrated a pastime that there was a Brahmin, a wife of a Brahmin, and she was very chaste. One day a Brahmin, he was performing some yagya, some sacrifice, and after he performed certain sacrifices, he became a little tired, and he kept his head on the lap of his wife and he slept. And at that time the wife was observing that their child was going towards the fire of the sacrifice. And because the husband was already sleeping, so she never wanted to disturb the husband. But what to do? The child is going towards the fire. But she was so chaste that she didn't want to disturb her husband. And before her eyes, the child fell inside the fire. But she was serving her husband. And after husband got up, the wife ran towards the fire. But what she observed there? She observed that the fire has become cold and the child is enjoying there, playing there. So Lord Krishna says, just see the power of chastity. This Brahmin wife, she was so chaste, by her power of chastity, the hot fire has become cold and the child was safe. So that means Lord Krishna was trying to give the instruction to gopis, you must also be very chaste. Instead of following the principle of chastity, you are leaving aside your husband and you're coming to someone, in dead of the night. It's not good. So that was the instruction Lord Krishna imparted to the gopis. Gopis says, we also have a story. And our story goes like this. So there was a Again, there was a Brahmana couple, and the Brahmin had to go out for some work for some months, and the wife was feeling pangs of separation. So Brahmana instructed that you put a photograph of mine and just offer me food, offer me water, and this is how you serve me. This is how you'll not feel separation. The wife said, fine. So Brahmana left, and the wife started to serve the photograph of the Brahmana. After a few months, while wife was serving the Brahmana through his photograph, and there was a knock on the door, and the Brahmana came. And Brahmana started to call, my dear wife, I'm here. Now, what a wife should do? Should she continue to serve the photograph, or should she go and open the door and welcome her husband and serve her? What she should do? She should welcome. So, my dear Lord Krishna, we are also doing the same thing. Till today, we were serving the photographs. But today, the original husband has called. So, what is our responsibility? We should leave them and we should come here and serve. So, that is what we have done. By doing this, we have not lost our chastity. The so-called husbands at our home, they are simply your replica. They are all simply your photograph. That's all. But our relationship is with you. And Krishna became answerless, speechless. He could not speak anything. So we can just see how much love these gopis had towards Lord Krishna. So Krishna was someday thinking and contemplating. So what kind of relishment that they are getting, that they are leaving aside everything. They're coming. Actually, Krishna said in one of these sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, actually sometimes Krishna, like Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Je jathamam prapadyante tan sate bhajami. But sometimes Lord Krishna is not able to make these words fulfill. So for example, when Sudama offered Lord something which does not belong to him. Sudama actually took some chipped rice. His wife took some chipped rice from the neighbor. They were so poor that they could not afford chipped rice also. So Sudama offered something to the Lord which does not belong to Sudama. Now, as per this shloka, Je Jathamam Prapadyante, Lord should give something to Sudama that should not belong to Lord. The formula very clear. Sudama offered something which does not belong to Sudama. Now, Lord should offer something that does not belong to the Lord. The question is, what does not belong to Lord? Isha vasam idam sarvam. Everything belongs to Lord. So again, Lord could not fulfill his promise. So sometimes Lord becomes, now gopis, they have offered everything to the Lord. Gopis have cut off all connections and they offered themselves to the Lord. But Lord Krishna could not do so. Therefore, Lord said, I will remain your indebted for time immemorial. I can never repay. Na pa rahe hum. I cannot repay. So sometimes Lord comes in a very pathetic situation like this. But Lord is contemplating what kind of relishment they are getting. What kind of relishment they are getting. That they have offered me everything, they sacrificed everything for me. So I also want to taste something. I also want to taste that particular rasa. And therefore, Lord decided I should become a devotee and then I'll be able to relish. So therefore, Lord has to become a devotee. So Lord Krishna became Lord Chaitanya just to relish this. What is there in my devotee's heart? What pleasure they get by loving me? What is there in me? Say for example, if somebody is a very beautiful personality, so we observe that beautiful personality and we relish. But the beautiful personality doesn't relish. Because the problem is, he is the beautiful personality. So to relish that beautiful personality has to become the observer. So Lord Krishna has to become Lord Chaitanya, a devotee, so that then he will be able to relish the sweetness of the Lord. And therefore Lord Krishna appeared as Chaitanya. Now there is very interesting phenomenon, it's adding up. So who is Lord Chaitanya? Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna himself, but he is in the mood of Radharani. He is feeling separation from Krishna. Specifically, when Akrura took away Krishna and Balram, at that particular point, what was the situation of gopis and specifically Radharani? That kind of separation, the feelings of separation, Radharani was burning in. The same mood was shared by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radharani feeling pangs of separation from Krishna. Now, what does it mean? Only Radharani was feeling separation. What about Krishna? Was he not feeling separation? So Brihad Bhagavatam Mritam and other literature describes how much Lord used to feel separation from his devotees. So there is a very beautiful anecdote. I'll tell that anecdote in end. So once Lord Krishna, actually Lord Krishna, whenever he used to stay in Dwarka, he was always absent-minded. He was simply just leading his life, a mechanical life, but all the time his consciousness was drawn towards Vrindavan. Sometime in night he used to cry for Radhe, Radhe, Gopi, Gopi. He used to call out Yashoda, he used to call out Nanda, he used to call out his friend. So every time Lord Krishna was absorbed, he was completely absorbed. So much so that sometimes he used to take his blanket and he used to cry like anything and he used to make his blanket wet. That was his situation. So once while recalling, he was feeling pangs of separation from the Brajvasis and Lord Krishna, he became unconscious. The moment he became unconscious, at that time, Uddhava and Narada appeared and they saw that what the situation of Lord is pathetic, what to do. And then they decided that, if somehow we'll bring back Krishna, how to bring back Krishna back to his consciousness. The only option is that if Narad Muni will recite the songs of Braja, and then Lord Krishna will be able to come back to his senses. So then they decided, okay, fine, Narad Muni Veena Bajaye, so on his Veena he'll sing the songs of Braja, and Krishna will come back to his senses. But the problem is, as Krishna will come back to his senses, immediately he'll try to run towards Braja. So one thing, the problem is, he will run towards Braja. That's fine. But the situation of Braja is very pathetic. Uddhav has informed Narada. Just see, actually, quite recently I came back from Braja, and I have seen the situation of devotees there, and they have almost lost their lives. Why they are continuing their lives? The question arises: why Lord Krishna he left Vrindavan? Why the Brajavasis were continuing their life? Yeah, the anecdote goes like this. For example, the analogy that Maharaj used to give. Let's say, for example, if a householder has many animals, and the house catches fire, what is the first thing one must do? The first thing is one must release the animals, the cows and buffaloes the householders used to have in villages. The first thing, the duty of householder is that, because animals are helpless, the first thing a householder, if the house catches fire, the first thing they must do is to unlock the door and the animal should run away. Similarly, the body of the Brajvasis are considered to be the house, and the life is considered to be the prana is considered to be the animal. But the body is burning out of separation. The body of the Brajvasis are burning out of separation. But the pran pashu is not able to escape. The ideal situation is, as if the house is on fire, the first thing one must do is to unbolt the door, and the animal should run away. That means if the body is burning out of separation, the pran pashu should escape, but they are not escaping. Why they are not escaping? Because Krishna has put the lock on that door. And what is that lock? Krishna told, I will come back. That's the bolt. That's the lock. That's the lock that Krishna has put. Krishna has said, I will come back. And therefore, somehow the Brajvasis are maintaining their life. Because if Krishna will come back, already 100 years past, Krishna never came back. But still that they had hope. If Krishna will come back, and you'll see that Brajvasis are already died, what will happen to Krishna? Thinking that they never left their bodies. So we can see from the examples in Shastra, say for example Shabari, once her spiritual master told that Lord will come, and every day she used to decorate the entire garden, entire pathway, that Lord will come with flowers. She used to collect fruits. Why? Because my spiritual master said that Lord will come. And every day she used to do it for years together, for thousands and thousands of years she was doing. It was not like Lord will come, he will inform me, then I'll do. Every day she was preparing that Lord might come anytime. That's called that was the patience that they had. Utsahat nishchayat dhairyat. Similarly, Brajvasis, they could have given up their bodies, but they didn't do it. Why? Because Krishna told, I will come back. So Uddhava told Narad Muni that okay, you can sing the song, you can sing the songs of Braja, and but Krishna will immediately run towards Vrindavan. But the problem is, if Krishna will run towards Vrindavan, and if he'll see the situation of Brajas there, his situation will become even more worse. So what to do? So Narad Muni said, Uddhav, why don't you go to Braja and tell the Brajvasis that Krishna is coming? He said, I already went there. I already promised them that Krishna is going to come. When I came back from Braja, I told Krishna, just see, they are dying out of separation. Please go. Krishna said, I am quite busy here and I have some work here and this and that. And Krishna never went. So if I'll go again and tell them, that they will never believe in my words. They might take their chappals and beat me. Earlier you came and you told us that Krishna will come. Krishna never came for years together now. By the time Balram came, and he also understood the entire situation. So Narad Muni and Uddhava said, Balramji, you go and tell Brajvas. You were there in Braja, they all know you. So there is a chapter in Bhagavatam where actually Balram went to Braja and he promised that Krishna will come. But Krishna didn't went. He had also had the same problem. Balram said, I also promised them. Then again I came back to Krishna. I told Krishna, you must go, but Krishna never went. So Balram said, they will also not believe in my words. So by the time Subhadra came, she said, I have a solution. I will tell them the men are generally crooked in nature, but we women are very simple. If I will tell them that Krishna is coming, they will definitely believe in my words. So then this is very good idea. So Subhadra, okay, so we'll get your chariot ready. Balram says, Subhadra, you'll go alone. No, I'll take you. I'll come with you. Rather, I will go in front and you come with me. So once we'll leave and we'll about to reach Braja, by that time Narad Muni will actually sing the songs of Braja, and at that time Krishna will come back to his senses. So you can see the chariots are ready. First is Balram, then is Subhadra. So they are already ready. And their task was that they'll reach to Brindavan first, and they'll tell that Krishna is coming. And if the Brajavasi will ask why Krishna got late, Krishna is Dwarkadhish and he's coming, and many people were there, many kings came and many people came. They started to offer their garland and offer their incense and offer gifts. So in due course, Krishna became late, but he is coming. So Balram and Subhadra, they already left. If you'll see the Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri, so first is Balram, then is Subhadra, and Balram and Subhadra are quite close. And when they almost reach Braja, then actually Krishna starts from Shri Mandir. That is how it happens. So when they almost left, At that time, Narad Muni started to narrate the pastimes of Braja and started to sing. And Krishna somehow came back to consciousness. And when he came back to consciousness, so because although Krishna is in Dwaraka, so but he was not in a form of a Dwarkadhish. He was in Tribhanga Sharir, Tribhanga Bapu, just like a Brindavan boy. Because he came back to consciousness hearing the pastimes of Braja. But then he started to, where is my flute? Where is my flute? There is no flute. Who stole my flute? Gopis must have stolen my flute. So Krishna, although he was in Dwarka, but he was completely absorbed in thoughts of gopis. And Narad Muni said, Krishna, Krishna, Narad Muni, what are you doing here in Braja? And Uddhav, what are you doing here in Braja? He said, no, 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 we are arranging for you to go to Braja. So your chariot is already ready. And but because Krishna was so absorbed, he was almost, he was he became a madman, feeling separation from Braja. Then Narad Muni and Uddhava had to carry. Just see if somebody has drunk a lot. To take them back home. So what used to have do? People used to, carry that person who is already drunk. So Krishna is in that situation. He is already drunk. Drunk means he cannot move nicely. He's simply like this. And Narad Muni and Uddhava had to carry them and put them on chariot. And then the chariot would go towards Braja. And when you observe the Lord Jagannath coming out of his temple, so he's coming in that way only. He's a drunk man. I was saw a small 30 seconds video, and this particular video is actually this particular video will come, explain the entire thing. It's coming. Yeah. Can you switch off the lights so that? Roshan? Mic, acha. I'll just. Okay, हट जाओ. This is a very famous video you must have seen. Again, you want to see? Hare Krishna. So this is Lord. So here in Puri, what we are observing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in mood of. He is in the mood of Radharani, feeling separation from Krishna, and Jagannath is Krishna feeling separation from Radharani, and Jagannath Puri is the place where there is Yugal Milan. Therefore, he said Jagannath Puri is non-different from Nidhivan. Why it is non-different from Nidhivan? Because when Lord Krishna reached Vrindavan, and immediately he came out of his chariot and went where Radharani was almost dead. And Krishna, when he reached there, so he started to call Radhe, Radhe, and because Radharani was almost, she was completely unconscious, and at that time Lalita and Vishakha called in her ears, Krishna has come, Krishna has come, and then Radharani came back to senses, and then there was kind of the Yugal Milan. So Jagannath Puri is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Radharani, she's feeling separation from Krishna, and Jagannath is none other than Krishna, is feeling separation from Radharani, and then there is a Yugal Milan. So that is why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has actually chosen this particular place as his place of pastime. That is how Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj has explained this particular pastime in his book Embankment of Separation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Puri, for bringing the mood of actually our Gaudiya Parampara. This is actually really a mood why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. You know, why we are like, chanting the holy name, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu get like maddened by the holy name of the Lord. And this Rath Yatra, the mood itself, like it's very, very significant. It's just like putting a chariot. You know, the whole pastime is really like, bringing Krishna to Vrindavan. Because like, if you love someone, right? It's like a fish. Prabhupada give an example. No matter how much you give the fish, I'll give you $1 million, I'll give you this, that, but if you pick out of the water, he's not going to be happy. But if you put the fish back, that's the most happy place, right? The Lord is there. He wants to go to Vrindavan, but you need to sustain him. Please, Krishna. This is the best place for you. I know that you're going to be happy. Please come to Vrindavan. And in that mood, actually, all the devotees are pulling the chariot, the Rath Yatra. That's the mood. So a lot of Rath Yatras are going on. Again, it's going to happen. So as I said, Pastime, Pili, CNJ, there's all so many Rath Yatras having. Please do not miss it. So thank you very much. Again, thank you to come with our Haribol, please. Haribol! 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 Hare Krishna.